What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Afflicted Venom, and today, well, I just want to talk about the weekend coming up. Yeah, I'm recording this audio on a Thursday, and yeah, tomorrow is gonna obviously be a Friday, and then there's the weekends, right? And I'm very grateful that I do have those days off. Don't get me wrong, I know most people aren't, right? But in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I always know that they're gonna blow by quick, no matter what. It's just inevitable. It's the most inevitable thing in the planet. And if you guys do hear some noise in the background, that's my dishwasher going, and also my cat's gonna be meowing up a storm. But you know what? It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I can't control everything, but you know what? I'm gonna record this audio and then include it in this video so that I can upload it for you guys. But yeah, um, so if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. And for you guys that have been around for a little bit now, and well, but I'm gonna point it out that I do work at a warehouse and we are obligated to work the mandatory OT, the mandatory overtime. And it's just after you're done with the day, especially the week, you just don't want to do anything at all because you're so drained on energy and you just want to recoup. You want to recoup on the weekends. You just don't want to do shit for those 2 days. You just want to fucking just crash out, relax, just put your feet up. But sometimes life gets in the way, though. You know what I mean? What if someone needs your help with something like a project? You know, for example, family, right? They need help with a project that takes 2 days. And they know you're free on the weekends, right? So if you're lucky, it only lasts one day. But sometimes it goes on for 2 days. And then after you're done doing what you're doing, the leftover time you have, it's just not really enough. It really isn't. And then after the weekend's over, guess what? You have to go through 5 more days. You have to go through those 5 days again until those 2 measly days come back. I just, man. Again, I'm grateful that I do have those days off. I get it. I know some people work, you know, a few days and then they only get one day off. And then you have to work a few more days until you get the next day off. So it's not a consecutive, like, they're not consecutive days off. They're not back to back like I have, unfortunately. And I'm going to bring up AI, right? So with the advancement of AI, and I don't see this being a thing until maybe 20, 30, 40 years down the line, right? Because okay, yes, AI is getting good, and I'm not gonna make this whole video about AI, right? But I think I could see AI being used where it's gonna be used in robots, and that these places, a Walmart or a McDonald's or whatever, everyone wants the weekends off. They want those two quote unquote measly days off. Then these corporations are going to be like, hey, you know what? Let's give our workers what we want, what they want. Have those 5 days off. They can work Monday through Friday, and then we can have the robots work on the weekend. I'm just using McDonald's as an example. I'll use Walmart for example, as an example, right? And now, granted, could it be abused to where, um, these corporations are like, you know what? Why have people? Why pay people to do the job when we have robots? So yeah, that's a legitimate concern, right? Because then you're wiping out jobs for people. Then you may have like almost like a doomsday esque shit, right? And I'm gonna bring up something kind of political. I'm not gonna, you know, talk about it a lot, and I don't want to bring politics in general to my channel because, I just want to have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? I think everyone wants an escape from, you know, what politics is. Sometimes it can be doom and gloom, but there have been stories floating around that there could be an idea that, oh, we can go from a 5-day work week into like going from a 5-day to a 4-day work week, right? We can do that. Have 4 days work and then 3 days off. That sounds nice, right? And some people may say, "Oh, that would be great." Others, an extra day? Are you kidding me? So I see both arguments, right? But there's also some people that would say, why should it be up to the government? Why shouldn't it be up to the workplaces? And I do agree with that. It is their business, right? They can dictate the work week. If a worker works 3 days or 4 days or 5 days or even 6 days, it should be up to the corporation. It should be up to the workplace to do so. And I don't blame some people for calling off work just to have an extra day. I don't encourage it. And to me personally, I'm doing the best that I can not to call in. Even though, yes, sometimes the workplace does test you, just like life. Life is a test, but sometimes you just gotta just, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You really do. You gotta do what you gotta do, and yeah, I just, yeah, I get it. We fall for this every time. Friday comes, oh my god, it's the weekend. I'm gonna have 2 days off. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna do this, do that. But you don't really have much time outside of the workplace. You really don't. Because and it is true, we spend more time at work versus off of work. You really do. And you cannot include sleep because you're not doing anything. Your conscience goes somewhere else for 7 or 8 hours, depending how your work, like your sleep schedule goes. But this harkens back to the whole time is precious video. Make use of the time that you have. And yeah, I think that's been it for my tangent on why the weekends are a breeze. They just breeze by. And if you guys liked this video, give it a like. If you guys want to comment, you're free to do so. I'm not going to disable comments. And if you guys want to subscribe, that would be cool. That would be awesome. And yeah, man, I'm just I like making videos. I really do. I like it. It's fun. And the weekends are really the only real time that I have to make videos and record gameplay and all that. And I've said that many, many, many times. But anyways, that's been it. Peace out.